guys, what's going on? Fly here, and welcome to a new series. I'm going to be calling this series The Pursuit. So basically what I'm doing with these videos is to discuss things on my mind with War Thunder that need to be fixed or at least acknowledged. Now these videos are going to be mature, critical, and constructive. That's why this series is called The Pursuit. The pursuit for a better game and overall better experience for the players. Now, disclaimer before I get into the thick of things, I'm not a game developer, nor a game balancer. I've never driven a tank. I've never been shot at by flak. I do fly an airplane, but nothing over 200 horsepower. So you guys get the gist. So take what I say with a grain of salt. These are just shower thoughts that make sense. So in today's video, I want to talk about anti-air. Now, from recent news, simpods have been forced to unite with ground forces, except for the quick and unrealistic duels in the events mode. Anyways, I have three main concerns with anti-air in this patch. First, are the maps really ready for aircraft to be flown on? This subject will cover map layouts, for example AA positions and AA density. Next on the agenda will be AA Effectiveness. This will cover how lethal AA is when it explodes near aircraft and also detonation methods. And last but not least, I will be covering AA mobility. So first, maps. In War Thunder we have 4 maps, also taking into account the game variation, but we have Karelia, Jungle, Ash River, Kuban, Kursk, and Kursk Defense. So as of right now, the only maps that I'm willing to fly on that I won't quit out of are Jungle and Kursk Defense and Kursk. And maybe Kuban. But Ash River and Karelia is seriously and utterly impossible to get a view on your target before you have, depends on what map you are, 18, 20, 9 AA guns firing accurately at you. So in this gameplay right here, I get in a custom battle, make my way to the target area, adjusting altitudes, moving directions, and mock dive bombing on a target that I found, and here are the results. It should also be noted that I just became visible for other players on the map if this was a real game, and I'm being targeted from AA at least 4 or 5, if even 6 kilometers out from the AO. Now, the next thing I want to look at is AA density. Now, I'm not a general. I don't know how things were back in World War II. You know, maybe just some readings of AA, or just, you know, whatever. But that doesn't seem legit. Why are there so many emplacements right next to each other, guys? This is live footage right now. I'm flying this plane right now. There are just too many AAs right there defending nothing. Maybe if there was a fortress behind the AA, I don't know, is that like where the Horton was created in that mountain? Like, I don't know what they're defending. There's too much, it doesn't make sense. There's too much AA in a line. A B-17 can go right down there and bomb all that AA. It just doesn't make sense. It's just a bad map development. So what this really does right now, it completely restricts me from going in that airspace further than I've already advanced so far. So right now, I can't really support my tanks with fighters at all. So some of you guys are thinking, well, that AA defends the tanks on the ground, and that is true, but it does it so well that a huge aspect of the game is taken away from the ground forces, and that is close air support. Bottom line is that I would like to see better designed maps for War Thunder ground forces. The map Kursk is amazing, beautifully done, and the best part about it is that it's balanced. The map is big enough that it gives you time to spot, decide, and engage, and is lethal enough that if you decide a wrong route to a target, that you will pay dearly. However, the other maps such as Kuban, Jungle, Ash, Karelia are so small you can't make a critical decision on how to engage. These maps force you to engage flak-infested skies. So bottom line, guys, is that we need better map design. What I want are bigger maps in order to allow the pilot to decide how to engage instead of being forced to. Better/realistic AA emplacements. No more grouping of AA in numbers exceeding double digits. I know this is a video game, but that is just overkill for that size of map. Ash River. Maybe if the AA was defending a bridge or whatnot, but making the whole area of operations a no-fly zone is very conflicting for a game that is a flying game. And this goes back to on why we need better map design. Next up is Aaa Effectiveness. Now what really makes me confused about Aaa in War Thunder right now is how inconsistent it is. What I mean by this is that flak will be exploding right by me and no damage. It can blow up right in front of me and still nothing happens. Then all of a sudden, I get one shot, which is fine. I took the risk of flying in the anti-air's defense area, but my main problem with it is that I can't predict what will happen. This makes me immune and almost blind when AA is going off right next to me because sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. If anti-air explodes right in front of you, you need to be damaged/dead. If an 88 German anti-air round hits your plane, it shouldn't be a plane anymore. Get my drift? So basically, to sum it up, the anti-air in War Thunder is too accurate without being too deadly. Then on the contrary, the anti-air is not accurate at all, and then you get one-shotted. All I'm asking for in the AA Effectiveness subject is to make the AA more consistent. If I'm under heavy anti-air attack and it's accurate, it needs to be damaging. But if the anti-air is not accurate / far away from my aircraft, it shouldn't damage. This might sound silly to spell out, but sometimes I get massive criticals from light AA than from heavy AA. Alright guys, and the last subject that I want to cover in this video is AA mobility. This one's pretty simple and straightforward, but it has been completely overlooked. The AA in War Thunder turns and elevates way too fast. These things were hand cranked, so once they spotted a plane, they had to manually aim these guns. The video in the background looks like these things are radar guided with electronic assistance for getting the guns on target. Also in addition, I didn't know these guns shot 2 rounds without reloading. Come on. Alright, to sum up the whole video. First, fix map design / bigger maps. Second, make AA more consistent. And third, to make it more realistic in terms of mobility. I think if these 3 main things are looked at in further detail, the AA mechanics of War Thunder will start to become more balanced and more enjoyable to have in game. If you guys are still listening to me at this time in the video, I thank you for that. Please share any thoughts you might have in regard to AA in War Thunder, as I might have missed something. I thank you all for checking out this video, and if you'd like to, maybe post a comment or two about some other problems we have in War Thunder right now for me to discuss in my next Pursuit videos. Until next time guys, peace out.